God told me, and you're like, I don't think that was God, I think that was pizza late at night that's somehow impacting you, and you will do some discernment there in the spirit. And they're there, and then suddenly there's this government order that says you have to go back to your hometown, to where your family's from, to register for census. And so they get up and take off, heading from Nazareth to Bethlehem, which was quite a little drive. Yes, drive, just work with me. To get Mary, or to get Joseph back there. Most probably Mary didn't have to go, but again, not wanting to stay home without Joseph. And she travels on, we assume, a donkey, but it's not in the Bible. She could have been walking, 8, 9 months pregnant. Hey, we don't know how early she delivered. I mean, you're making some assumptions here based on tradition that we don't have in the Bible. It's not in the Bible. There's no donkey in the Bible. You can assume she rode one, but it's not there. And I don't care if you are pregnant, riding on a donkey is not smooth. You ever ridden a donkey? Ridden a horse? This is not a limo ride. This is not even a bus ride. This isn't even the back of a Ford Escort ride. There's a road trip going on, taking them back to Bethlehem. And you know the story. The knocking on the innkeeper's door. There's nowhere to stay. And you got to understand, Sissa alluded to this, living in the communities that he did, birthing was a family. You live with your extended family. Mary has left all that support system. Mom and grandma and sisters that have all been through this know what's going to happen. And let's not forget how old she was. Probably 13, 14 years old, the age of my daughter. Traveling, arriving, road trips. I think, yeah?
You know, and I hate to interrupt, but not really. No.
Apparently.
The movie, The Nativity, we've watched it several times, and I think the incredible thing about the have to go to Bethlehem is that Joseph and Mary, at least through the movie, they bonded on that trip.
Oh, yeah.
It was incredible, and if you watch it again, really watch how he takes care of her and she starts to care for him, and that just really struck me in that movie.
It's good. It's good. But there's another road trip, another travel that's happening here that's deeply profound to me, and I think we lose a little bit of this essence because we can't wrap our minds around it. And that is that Jesus goes on the ultimate journey. Geographically, in whatever dimension or where in the universe heaven is, he travels from there to earth. But not just that transition, he travels from being God to putting on human flesh. This is strange and weird and unbelievable. God becoming humanity. This doesn't make sense. And I found on the internet, or somebody forwarded me a story that about made me want to scream at the stuff. Because it was talking about how pleasant Mary's delivery was. And how God had provided the perfect place for her to have a child. Because if she would have been in the inn, there was a lot of people and noise and trams. But no, it had a secluded stable, and the hay was clean because animals don't eat dirty hay. And I'm like, what are you smoking, people? This was a barn. Probably actually a cave. Cold and damp. Animals and stuff in stalls. Have you been around a barn, people? This is not pretty little happy world. And again, in a community that was centered around family, she's got Joseph. Men weren't in the delivery process. That was for the women. And they may be bonded, and I think they probably did bond on that trip. But let me tell you something. Every guy here that's been through delivery, whether you were old school and sat out in the hall pacing, or you were in there trying to be helpful and trying not to pass out while your wife was giving birth, doesn't matter.
It's terrible.
That is one moment where you feel unequipped to deal with what's going on. And whoever's there, midwife, mom, somebody, you're happy, doctor, you're happy that they're there, and you'll stand there and try to act like you know what's going on and say breathe and help she doesn't rip your face off. And Joseph's there alone. This isn't what Mary would have picked. This isn't what Joseph would have picked. And it blows my mind that God would choose this. If you're president, if you're president of the United States, and you have a daughter, and she's pregnant, you do not send your daughter to Hickville R. Us Hospital and say, good luck. You do not send your daughter out to the doghouse out back and say, I think it's warm and cozy back there. You find the best facility. If you want to do a home birth, if she wants a home birth, you've got the best everybody around her. If she wants to go to the hospital, she's got the best hospital. You want to do a birthing center, you've got the best birthing center. You don't compromise. And here, God Himself sends His Son into a stinking cave with bad circulation. And the heat carries an aura, because the heat's coming off the animals. Let's not kid ourselves. This was pleasant. This was an amazing road trip that God took. There's another road trip. If you have your Bibles, open up to Matthew chapter 2.